crash that could end the mission. Bang! Iraq looming on the horizon.
ISIS are active there.
And the craziest roads yet. It feels like everything is stacked against me. From England to the summit of Everest, this is a triathlon like no other. Swimming, cycling and running to the top of the world. And with over 3,000 kilometres behind me, the biggest challenges are yet to come. Turkish roads are crazy. Sat in the back and bang.
As we were coming into an intersection, we thought this was a roundabout because it's curved, but there was a guy oncoming.
Big accident.
My fault. I'm new here. First day in Turkey. I came out.
Yeah.
We thought it was a roundabout because of the curve.
There's no problem. Could you please give me your passport, your driver license, and the car?
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All good.
Shaking, so I'm just calming him down.
Bunch of pansies in the back. It's fine. Stan and I will handle it.
With the police sorted, we were free to go. But without the van, reaching the Iraqi border on time would be impossible. So we had to check if it survived the crash.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she was a f***ing tough girl.
Okay, no damage to the wheels.
Everything's fine, mate.
Yeah, that's definitely fine. She's called Miss Trunchbull for a reason.
Yeah, hardy bitch.
Hardy bitch. Not how I was expecting to do my stretches.
Why have you swapped bikes?
The front wheel of my other one got imploded in a high-speed collision.
How did that happen?
Combination of crazy Turkish drivers. Man, people not seeing stop signs. The first full day in Turkey brought excitement, a new culture, new roads, and a new chapter. But with the most elevation game of the mission still to come, the Everest deadline felt heavier than ever. And if crashing on day one wasn't anything to go by, roads ahead weren't going to make it easy. Where we are right now, on the way to accommodation last night, we got hit right here, and we got a span and ended up over there next to that sign. Stan drove amazing, not a scratch on everyone, and somehow the van was still working. I'm absolutely knackered. Twinged my back a bit in the crash, but nothing too bad. And we're pushing on. Here we go. After a week of company on the road, I'd gotten used to having someone cycling alongside me. But now I was cycling solo again, and it was clear I was a long way from home. Tommy and Molly are gone, unfortunately. So that was really bad. Tommy gave me a glimpse of what it's like to have someone with me, and then he's gone. Double bam of morale.
It's rude, really. Is anyone coming back at any point?
Molly is coming back in 2 weeks when we get to the Iraqi border. So we've got to wait quite a long time to see her again, unfortunately. But yeah, Stan loves it when it's just me and him. So.
I do.
With Molly and Tommy gone, the road felt even tougher, especially as the elevation kept climbing. By far the hilliest day yet. About the height of Ben Nevis in one day. Up and down, up and down. Oh my God. Next time we do something like this, it's going to be on the bloody motorbike. Oh. It had been a long day, and it was only going to get harder from here. But at least there was one place to look forward to. Istanbul!
See you in Istanbul!
Istanbul, a city that bridges 2 continents and feels alive at every turn. It's home to over 15 million people and landmarks that have stood for centuries. The mix of the old and the new is everywhere, but so is the chaos. And for a cyclist, the traffic here might be just as dangerous as climbing Everest. Istanbul is crazy. Have eyes in the back of your head in Istanbul. Hey! It's off now. There's not a single bridge or tunnel that you can legally take on a bicycle or a pedestrian. We'll have to just nip across the river on a foot ferry. Europe this side, Asia the other. Beautiful.
Give me a 1-sentence summary of today.
Long. I'm surprised I made it here without any knocks, to be fair.
Yeah, mate. Those streets are nuts. I've been to some chaotic cities and it is definitely up there. With the likes of like Lagos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, like Asian city vibes. Not even realising we've just gone over 3,000k and we're in Asia.
So that's a whole continent.
A whole continent, over 3,000k, and I'm not dead yet, so we're doing well.
Should we have a whiskey?
Right, we are.
Cheers, Mitchell.
Oh, it's so good. So good. So this has definitely been the toughest stint so far. Sofia to like 150 miles past Istanbul.
Why so hard?
It's the elevation mainly, averaging like over 1,000 meters nearly every day, and still managing to get between 135, 150 days. Everyone has stopped moving because the national anthem is on, so I've stopped moving because I feel a bit awkward. I like Turkey because it's one of the most patriotic countries I've ever seen. It was back on the road, a dangerous one at that. Cars whizzed past me at all sides, making every kilometre a mental battle. I couldn't afford mistakes, not with the Everest deadline and the Iraqi border still ahead. This is by far the unsafest I've felt so far. 2 days of motorway, so busy. And there's not really a way around it. I have to concentrate so hard. It had been a tough, mentally exhausting day on the road. I made it into the hotel, hoping for an easier day ahead, but things were only getting worse. You wouldn't think we were in Turkey. It's cold and it's absolutely pissing it down. Oh, this has been one of the toughest ones yet. 600 metre elevation in 10k is a lot. I think we've nearly finished, but it's that wet and it's that foggy that you can't see. The day had been relentless, wet, foggy and exhausting. A puncture only made it worse. Fixing it in the freezing rain was the last thing I needed. Days like these make you wonder what else the mission will throw at us. And with Iraq just ahead, the stakes were about to get even higher.
Just wanted to kind of get real with you in terms of our one real problem country, which is Iraq. It is spicy. Everything that we've been doing so far has to change.
Oh, is it needing to be much more covert?
Really covert. Even like having a British number plate makes you a bit of a target, which is the main reason why we're considering not taking the van.
Yeah. 90% of the time, I think the people will be more friendly than anyone we've seen.
Yeah, it's not the citizens of Iraq that I'm worried about. I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine. But like ISIS are active there in the south of Iraq. They do get involved with day-to-day life in a big way. And I think also upping the mileage to the absolute maximum it can possibly do so we can get out. Yeah. Well, northern Iraq, Kurdistan, absolutely fine.
No, yeah.
Go.
See you later.
You okay?
I will be in 5 months. I have no energy. This is the worst I've felt in the whole trip. I don't know what's wrong with me. Lots of things. Legs, knee. Feels like every single pedal is pain now. I don't know. But we've got no choice. We have to keep pushing. And the second big climb starts again. I just passed a sign saying put your snow chains on, so it's probably going to get a little bit chilly as well as we climb. The last few days have been brutal. Relentless climbs, constant elevation, and the mental toll of knowing there's no easy way out. It's hard to stay motivated when every day is literally an uphill battle. But sometimes, just when you're ready to break, the road throws you a bit of hope. So after about 2,500 k of climbing in the last day and a half, just found the most beautiful sign in the world. Finally a real bit of fun. I'm going to enjoy this while it lasts. Oh, that is better! Come on! Whoa! When these big dual carriageways are quiet, it's really nice, but over this last week it's been horrible. Coming out of Istanbul, the only way I can describe it is imagine cycling for 10-11 hours on the M25 at rush hour, constantly dodging lanes. It's exhausting. Probably more exhausting mentally than physically, trying to concentrate that hard. It's quite interesting. The day had started rough, but things had finally turned around and I was making good progress again. And by night, that progress had me pushing hard to reach the next big city. Welcome to Ankara.
Wowee! What a shift. How many Ks is that?
164.
Is that the longest?
Yeah. Yay. Very eventful day. It's one of them days where this morning felt like 2 or 3 days ago. Kind of just blurs into one. Waking up every morning, you know, getting out and doing it every day. Of course, on the face of it, anyone can come out and they could do that day to day, they could do more, but come out and do it every day for months. That's the only difference, is people are capable, but not many people are willing. Applying consistency and discipline turns it from something that's like all right to something that is amazing. There wasn't much time for Ankara. If I wanted to reach Everest on time, I had to keep moving. Getting out of the city was a relief, and the elevation had eased for now, but the landscapes ahead were only getting better. We're finishing the day on the shores of a big dried out lake. It looks gorgeous.
I have gone down to visit the salt flats, and man, this place is just unbelievable. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. You've got the mountains behind me. Underneath, you've got these massive salt crystals that crunch underfoot. And then in front of me, I've just reached it now, the edge of the water. And man, it is like stepping off the face of the planet.
The day had been a treat, with some of the best views yet, and it was about to get even better. Cappadocia was just ahead, famous for its wild rock formations and ancient caves.
That salt flat,
Beautiful.
so beautiful.
Beautiful, mate.
I went out on it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Between that and Cappadocia, this is probably going to be the most scenic 24 hours.
Yeah.
Should I jump in about at 5, work my arse off until then? I said a 10-hour day, and then we'll jump on there and go and find a nice sunset.
Lovely.
I pushed hard to cover as many kilometres as I could. It's important to go all out when possible, but taking a moment to enjoy the sights is just as important. Otherwise, what's the point of being here?
You happy?
How could you not be happy with this?
We were just chatting about the fact that the last few weeks have been reasonably stressful, I'd say. We have to worry about social metrics and money. That's a big worry. We're still only half funded, not even. That's a constant day-to-day thing. But then there's little moments like this where you just kind of realise we're really out here doing the thing.
Yeah.
It's really important to hold on to. Thoughts?
Nothing needs to be said without being. Makes it all worth it. Looking out at a place like this, it was impossible not to reflect on how far I'd come and how much there was still ahead. Every challenge, every climb, every tough day brought me to moments like this. And with Iraq next, it was hard not to feel a spark of excitement.